What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another AFR broadcast. As usual, I am Kunai Zero, and with me today will be Apollo Pepsi, who's just stepped out, so he'll be joining us in a little while. Now, we've got a couple of minutes before we start this series, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown as to what we're doing. Previously, during our Friday broadcast, we would broadcast our F2 series. Now, that is over and done with the grand finale being last week. So this time, we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to go back to the past. We're going to do a 2010 series here in AFR, and we're going to do it in reverse order. So we'll start at Abu Dhabi and make our way towards the Australian Grand Prix. Now, of course, the 2010, one of the best era in Formula 1, the sound of those V8s. I am keen to hear those go around the track once more. And it shouldn't be too long. I know the drivers are just getting ready-ish, so we should be able to start any time now. As for the layout of this race, we will be doing two 25% races. The first being in random grid order, so there is absolutely no advantage. Those drivers will then race, and that will determine the grid of the next race. However, it will be in reverse results order, so whoever won will of course start from the back, and then hopefully this will give us some very interesting and dynamic races moving forward. In terms of our broadcast schedule, we should be coming to you every Friday. Now, I know that, as far as I'm aware, it will be changed up between myself and Bandcamp. We will be taking turns in our broadcast schedule in order to both have a go within the 2010 series, because it's a pretty fun series and they're fun cars to drive. So I want to give them a go for myself. What time is it now? We're at 8:27, so it shouldn't be too far off. But Apollo's still not back, so now I'm going to have to make conversation with myself. Oh, okay. Right. Well, I guess we should probably just go over some of the... Oh, there he is. All right, Apollo Pepsi, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, so I gave everyone at home a rundown as to what we're doing with our series. I'll talk with you for a quick while. What are your thoughts of this series? What are you expecting to see from the 2010?
Well, I'm expecting, because it's the cars are track dependent. Because, for example, this track is also straight line speed, corner speed for Sector 3. So I'm thinking the Red Bull's going to be dominant in the Sector 3, but McLaren will be, dominant in Sector 1, 2.
Okay,
but when
yep.
And the later in the series, when we get a Monza and Bar, McLaren's just going to run the race from there.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, yeah, no, it makes sense. These cars do have... interesting tendencies on each of them. Of course, the Red Bull being faster on straights, the McLaren being faster in the corner. Wait, no. Have I got that the other way around? I think
McLaren,
Red Bull...
McLaren faster straights, Red Bull's corner,
yeah, the
Ferrari,
corner. And the Ferrari's just sort of in the back.
It's in the middle.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So hopefully we'll see different advantages and weaknesses being utilised throughout the different races in the season. As mentioned, the season is in reverse. So we start at Abu Dhabi, make our way towards Australia. This is, of course, dependent on the release of the next game, if that is to happen this year. And then once we have a final date for that, of course, we will move over to the new game, and then we'll adjust the season as we can to see fit. So the drivers are getting pretty much ready to go. Let's move over to that. All right. So, of course, like I said, 2 times 25% races, no qualification. Instead, it will be straight onto the grid in random order, and then they will be flipped in reverse results order for the next race. So, as we can see, let's see, Lotus pulled pole position for the first race here at Abu Dhabi. And as you can already hear, the 2010 V8s roaring down. It's going to be great when they actually get racing.
This is going to be interesting, well, because it's almost full grid.
It is 19 drivers. That's awesome. There's going to be so much carnage. These cars tend to get a little bit slippery as the tires get more and more wear. And the other part about this, of course, is we've decided to make this in terms of the setups completely stock standard. So you only get to choose from the 5 presets available to you, which doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room, especially in the suspension department, which means that curbs are incredibly deadly in these cars. And these guys are going to have to make sure they manage that because that can spell the end of your race. The other thing to worry about, or not really worry about, but to keep in mind is that, of course, these cars do not use DRS, at least not in the game. So they won't have DRS, they won't have ERS. It is literally just the engine behind them and the driver talent, pretty much. That's going to propel them forward in this race.
The thing with curves is that on this track you can take some curves fine. It's just where the chicane comes, you can't touch those ones or you're going into a wall.
That's right. Curbs are slippery, and you do have to take the utmost care when traveling over them. But of course, they do also reduce your time, which is all important, especially when it's coming into these cars, which are so incredibly fast. And the toe on them is incredibly powerful as well. So once they go down that back straight, you're going to see a lot of overtaking maneuvers, especially in the earlier laps, because we're not waiting for lap 3. We're not waiting for DRS deployment. It's like all guns blazing from the start as we... Okay, so looks like most of the drivers are coming back onto the grid. Who starts at the back? Pacey? Oh, Pacey's in the race. I didn't realise.
Yeah, and he's having trouble with traction already.
Fair enough. Well, it's going to be a learning curve for all of our drivers. Who are we waiting on?
Pacey.
Oh, it is Pacey? Oh, right. I thought this was someone in the middle of the grid, but that's okay. All right, so while he decides to line up, then we will have the red lights, and then once they count down, we'll be able to get set and get going. You can hear the engines revving already, so we're going to be close. All right, waiting for those 5 red lights to turn off, and then we can kick off the 2010 series here in Abu Dhabi, and it's a pretty poor start from Lotus. Looks like Geordie gets the jump. Seb's going to go across as well. Sphinx gets pretty decent. Let's see how it goes through the first corner. Everybody seems to be pretty clean. Big Al almost getting into an accident there with Revo coming up behind. There's a little bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Mercedes. Well, it should be the McLaren, I guess.
Out.
Oh, and Ali's
Safety
already
car.
retired from the session in a safety car. Oh, boy. Okay. Interesting start. So it hasn't even been the full completion of a lap. One car is out. Which car was Ali driving? I didn't even catch, and I can't even tell because
I can tell.
all of the cars are great.
He was in the Red Bull.
He was in a Red Bull. Okay, so that is one Red Bull out of the race. And, wow, an immediate safety car. Okay, so that's going to slow things down, obviously.
We didn't even finish Sector 1.
No, that's right. We didn't even. You can see there on the full track map that brown dot making its way around the track. That's a safety car. So all of our guys need to get behind it, queue up, and then hopefully we won't have the safety car for too long. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting a safety car off the bat. But
I was kind of expecting it with the first corner.
Oh, Jesus. Potsy in the chat. Oh, should Geordie start? Yeah. It was, he launched out of that gate. Lotus got caught up, got absolutely bogged down. Now, these cars, if you're not running traction control, these cars really do bite you in the ass because they rev to a higher... So the standard F1 cars rev to, like... You should shift around, I think it's like 12,000 RPM.
12,000 RPM, and it's maxed out 3,000, 5,000.
Yeah, and then these ones go all the way up to like 20?
18,000.
Oh, 18, yeah. So it's really hard to get that delicate balance right, as you saw. So Lotus got caught up in there, but Geordie absolutely nailed it. I'm not sure if he's using traction control or not, but yeah, he absolutely nailed that.
Geordie's no assist.
No assists? Well, then that's even more impressive. That's even more impressive. So this is going to be a weird one because it's 25 laps, so you don't need to change tyres. There aren't any rules for pit stops or anything like that. Ooh, Smitty getting a 5-second penalty there for colliding with Gus Rules under safety car as well. So that's going to be rough, man. 5 seconds out the bat. It's not even lap 2.
Wonder if that was just him not being able to react quick enough to everyone slowing down.
That happens a lot. I've been caught out by that, especially in the Tier 2 races, where the leader slows up the pack enough, and then it starts to cascade down the pack, and then you're trying to get warmth in your tyres. You're halfway through, like, a little bit of a wiggle. The guy in front of you completely slows down. You're like, well, can't get anywhere, and you end up getting taken out. Looks like Lotus disconnected a little bit there, but he's back. How many laps do you reckon the safety car is going to come out for?
I'll probably finish, because they just caught up this lap, so probably one more will come in this lap. I'm not entirely sure if it goes in first lap, it's out.
I think I've seen it go in after 2. The other thing too is it looks like we've got a timing bug there, because it's telling me Band is 2 minutes behind Revo. So hopefully that'll get fixed up there. Oh man, listen to the chorus of the V8s. Woo! What an error. Ooh, Jacob Meister, 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. Jeez, under safety car, that's rough. That's rough. Under the heat of battle, like sometimes, alright, no worries, pressure, but it's safety car, man.
Yeah, they're not keeping big enough gaps to each other. That's the thing. As Smitty goes in pit for damage, I think.
Wahid gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Man, these guys are getting pinged hard. So we've got a couple of people in the pits. Smitty, actually no, just one. Smitty has pulled in, so obviously he had damage.
Yeah, he's getting wing change.
Yeah, he had damage with that collision with Gus Rules, so he's going to get that fixed while the rest of the drivers go out. Oh, there it is. Okay, so all the timing errors have gone away. Oh, man. I expect to see more and more carnage as this goes on, because these guys are going to have a hard time keeping the traction down in these. The thing with the 2010 cars is that they're so light. So you've got all this power with a car that weighs, barely nothing. And, yeah, they just tend to want to just absolutely fidget spinner. Just off the track. Alright, so lap 3 of 14. Still under safety car. But, admittedly, what this is going to allow is an 18-car grid to go absolutely gung-ho as soon as that safety car pulls in. However, it's going to be up to Geordie to initiate the firing of that pin, and some people might get caught out. We already saw one collision between two drivers, and that wasn't even... There we go. Okay, safety car is in this lap, so we can...
The thing with the safety car, in the 25%, it's only 2 safety cars max. So if they get another one, that's it. They don't
right.
Get
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. There's an artificial limit. Right, I didn't realise that.
2's for 25, 4 for 50 and 100.
Okay, yeah, right. Fair enough. We don't usually see more than 2 in our tiered races, so...
We might see more this lap.
Oh, here we go. Red Panda, 5-second penalty for colliding with Sphinx. Jeez, these guys are already getting caught up, and it's not even takeoff yet. We are coming up to the final sector of the Abu Dhabi circuit, or the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. And as we come around that final sector, you can see the safety car is out and away. Let's jump on board a couple of places, as Geordie is going to...
Seb gets 10 seconds.
Oh, God, Seb got a 10-second penalty. As Geordie gets a little bit sideways, but we're off and away as we cross the line into lap 4, and now we're under racing conditions. On board now with the Ferrari of Red Panda.
And Pacey's
oh, no. So Pacey's had an incident at the back, but it's not severe enough to take him out of the race, so he's going to have to just spin around and get back on. You can see Red Panda coming up on the inside as Sphinx, potentially. Lotus makes an overtake there, but they're side by side. Wheels are colliding. It looks like Red Panda's going to make the most of the collision. There's not really teammates. You are driving the same car, but you are individual drivers. And they're drag racing down that back straight, and you can see Major Payne in the Mercedes. I'm just going to say the McLaren. I'm just going to say the McLaren. It's McLaren Mercedes. It's going to confuse the crap out of me. But Red Panda looks... Oh, but can he pull up the brakes? He brakes way too late. Potentially going to give Sphinx an advantage coming in through here as they hit Sector 2. Oh,
and Pacey's out.
Pacey's retired, so Pacey not being able to handle this car right now.
VSC.
And we've got a virtual safety car because of it. Oh, wow. Just as it was about to get good.
And they hit the limit. This is it.
Oh, wait, no. So VSC counts as well?
VSC and safety car are the same thing.
All right. Oh, Ali in the chat there. I spun badly. Yeah, obvious because it punted you out of the race. So I'm assuming you probably broke your entire front end. Possibly a wheel. I don't know if the 2010 cars damaged that bad, do they? I think they damaged the same model.
I think, yeah, it's the same damage model. I could be wrong.
All right, so combined YouTube are picking up a 3-second time penalty there. The VSC is off, so we're back and racing. Here we are on board with Revo in the McLaren. So Revo, one of our best, I'd say the best driver here in the AFR group, as he's about to make a move on Gus Rules, goes up on the inside into turn 1. And he makes it work pretty well. Gus Rules has no choice, but Big Al's also trying to look up in that position. You can see the Red Bull charging hard. Let's jump on board with him. And I have to say, straight off the bat, these 2010 cars are giving us much closer racing.
Seb has a run on Geordie in the back straight.
Looks like he's prepping to make a move. Comes out of that wake. So does Lotus. Can Seb try and make the break here at the end of the zone? It looks like the Ferrari's up on the outside, but Seb might take the inside line. And he does. Excellent drive. That's going to put Seb in pole position now as Geordie now tries to catch. Oh my God, they're side by side now. Geordie's going to try and make an overtake on the outside. It's going to be hard coming in. He takes a safer option, backs up, but Lotus is now awfully close.
Team X spun out of the first chicane.
Oh no,
and he hit the wall and got wing damage when turning around.
Okay, so Team X up at the back. The problem is I can't maintain my eyes on all of these battles. Looks like someone else is down as well. It's Red Panda. He's making his way down through as Team X. Oh, what is going on? Some of these, they're losing control of these cars. Sector 3 yellow flag. It's absolutely chaotic. You are right, Ali. It is chaotic. However, it is also entertaining.
I expected this much.
Alright, so Revo will set the fastest lap there with the McLaren with a 140.3. Let's jump down to Bandcamp, who's currently in 8th position, chasing down Big Al, who's also in a Red Bull. Nut in the background there with a McLaren. Thanks, Waffle, mate. You're a champ. Alright, so lap 6 of 14, almost at the halfway mark. It's Gus Rules and Red Panda overtake combined. Oh, Red Panda and combined both in the pits.
Revo looking for move on Major down the straight.
He's going to be awfully close, but let's have a look on board with Bandcamp, who's going to try and make an overtake here on Big Al. Now, again, no DRS or ERS. It all comes down to the toe, and he goes up on the inside, well, the outside rather, but he's going to go up on the inside at the end of the braking zone. Hard on them. Will he get a lock up there? No, does it really, really well. Big Al pulls back behind, and Bandcamp makes the move. Revo not quite getting the move on Major Payne.
No, Revo's gone.
Here we go.
Around outside.
Oh, he goes. Oh, massive lock up on that front left. That's going to unsettle the car, not get him around that chicane section. So he'll have to fall back again. Major Payne walking away with that one. I'll tell you what, I am absolutely loving the noise from these. We have a Sector 2 yellow flag. It looks like Matzoid has had a bit of an off there. I have to admit, we're lap 6. Have a look at these times. They're all within the 1 second range. Bandcamp is 4.5 behind Revo, and Major Payne is slightly outside. And then once you get to 13th, Gus Rules, of course, with an incident. He's all the way down 13.9 seconds back. But other than that, super close.
They've just set a new fast lap of 39.3.
So he's absolutely booking it in that Red Bull. Revo won't be happy with that. I'm sure he'll try and beat it as best as he can. Currently the closest car on track. Oh, and he'll make a move on the hairpin. Well done. Revo gets ahead of Major Payne. But can Major Payne use the toe to his advantage? It's working, but is it going to propel him fast enough? Major Payne's got to make a move now.
As soon as he pulls out, he's going to lose all the speed. They're similar.
Oh, heavy, absolutely heavy into that braking zone. But he could not make that work.
He's going to give up.
He's going to have to give that back up, yeah. See if we can see a quick replay of that. Oof. There we go. Okay, so you can see Major Payne coming down the straight there, uses the toe, decides to go up on that left side, thinks he can take a sneaky, and then completely misses the braking zone and off onto the track.
Big Al was all over Nut in the last sector, right?
Who?
Big Al.
Oh, Big Al. I thought you said Mick Al. I was like, what?
No.
He's not here. That's all right. So point
It would
two.
be entertaining if Mick Al was here.
Yeah, true. Give us some more challenge there. So Seb sets yet another fastest lap, a 1:39.1 in the Red Bull. Let's see, who is the closest on track so far? Looks like it's Waheed. Oh, God, look at this.
Sphinx is pretty close on Lotus.
So 3 McLarens in a row. Jacob, Waheed and Smitty all making their way around the first sector of the track. Waheed awfully close to Jacob Meister, trying to close the gap. He did lose a couple of tenths there, but he should be able to bring it back, especially on that back straight. As you can see around the hairpin here. So Big Al climbing down the time there to Nut. And you can see it smashing all the way up to 18,000 RPM, hitting about 310 at the end of the straight. 307, sorry. There, hard on the brakes. Waheed almost taking the back of Jacob Meister there, but pulling up just in time. And I think we've reached the point in the race where the gaps are starting to form. We're seeing 2.8 seconds. Seb is away with this. He is absolutely blown past Geordie. 2.8 seconds. Lotus 1.4 behind Geordie. Major Payne 2.5 behind Revo. Nut 2.1 behind Bandcamp. Gus Rules is slowly taking away time from his, but 18 seconds is a bit of a hit. It's a bit of a hit.
The bottom four would have all pitted though because of damage.
Ooh, Revo picks up a 3-second time penalty. Even Revo is getting hit with some of these corners. Oh, but he sets the fastest lap while he does it, 1:38.9.
Yeah, it tells how much he's pushing for a podium.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's already under second for Saints almost.
So we're already past the halfway mark. We are lap 9 of 14. 5 laps to go. And as it stands, nobody's really making any sort of push enough. These gaps are keeping. There, you can see Big Al's only 0.5 behind. But as we're on board with him now, you can see that the toe is powerful, but it's not enough to catch him by the end of the straight. That McLaren is away, so even with...
All these McLarens can't really do much because they all got the same top speed end. So as soon as they get out of the slipstream, they're all just going to go back to normal. So only chance they got to overtake is corners at the moment.
So T-Max had another off as well. He's back in 17th place. Ooh, as Big Al gets a lock up on that front left. Making his way through the chicane. One of those dangerous sections of the track because you have to balance the car delicately on those curbs. And you can't put too much power down, otherwise you'll get the traction loss on the back. You'll spin out, and it'll be a bad day for you.
If he's not careful, he could get overtaken by 3 of the McLarens down the straight.
Yeah, they're starting to close up. Seb, of course, gets another fastest lap at the front there. Gus Rules with a 3-second time penalty. So Gus is pushing as well.
Seb is pushing a lot. He's down to 5.1 seconds on Geordie.
It's a massive lead here as we start lap 10. You can see Jacob Meister trying to climb up on Big Al. He's shrinking the gap as Big Al's gap's actually increasing from Nut. He was around the 4 or 5 tenth mark, but now it's out to 7.
Revo tried down the inside of Sphinx at the hairpin. Oh, the toe shows so much advantage. Oh, Lotus is getting bullied.
As Revo, you can see Revo go up on the outside. It's almost 3 wide into the corner. There's contact, and it looks like Lotus makes the benefit of it. Revo comes into the side of, what is it, Major Payne? Or
Sphinx.
It's Sphinx. Sorry, read the thing wrong. So Revo is ahead as Sphinx is trying to come up on that inside. He pulls the safe bet and goes behind into the chicane. But it was an awesome thing to see. And
Just
Lotus.
Out of that straight, it shows the advantage. Oh
no.
Lotus just spun on the car.
Oh no. Lotus has spun off the track. Broken a part of that wing. That's going to hurt. So all of the advantage that he got is completely gone now as he shrinks all the way down to 12th place. That's heavy.
Sphinx, yeah, 3 seconds.
We'll see if we can see any of the damage.
Revo has got the pace to catch Geordie within the next lap to get second.
Oh, okay. It's that front right wing. And it's completely gone off the car. He'll have to pull in. I can't imagine what a nightmare that car is to drive.
This McLaren train is still going.
It is, and they're fairly close. We'll jump on with Wahid in 10th place. Last of the point finishes. And as you can see, the 3 McLarens coming around that corner. Jacob is desperately trying to close that gap to Big Al. But it's also increased. So Big Al's now outside that 1 second mark. As Gus Rawls gets overtaken by Combine at the back there.
Gus Rawls made a mistake out of the last corner.
And this might be the opportunity for Wahid to overtake his McLaren brethren. You can see how much it's affecting. Now he's going to try left or right. Jacob decides to stay in the... Oh, here we go. Drag racing down. It all comes down to the braking zone.
Oh, man. Jacob keeps it.
Yep, and Smitty came up fairly close as well. This might actually be... interesting. Let's see. Smitty's getting a massive tow from Wahid. He decides to go up on the right. Wahid can't do it. He's blocked off. Jacob Meister blocks off Smitty. Wahid tries to go up on the inside. Can he get the inside of the next chicane? No. Jacob manages to wrestle it out. And again, we're watching this McLaren train. Oh. So Jacob capitalizing on all of that, but during all of that battle, the time extended between him and Big Al has increased again. Now outside that 1 second mark, which I mean doesn't really matter because there's no DRS, of course. Ooh, Red Panda speeding in the pit lane.
And he's retired.
And he's decided to go as well. Okay, so that's 3 drivers down as we hit lap 12 or 14, so only 2 laps to go. So
Revo's on the back of Geordie for the first straight.
Alright, so Revo's made his way up through the grid. Let's switch over to him. He'll be looking to make an overtake on Geordie soon. He's only got 2 laps to make it. I don't think he'll get the lead. 7.8 seconds is quite a massive amount of time. So second place will be... Oh, is he going to try and do it? No, massive... Oh, hold
Geordie
on.
leaves room.
Geordie left room. Geordie playing the respectful game. Revo's going to absolutely grab a hold of all he can get there. And he'll go way ahead.
He's just going to hug the inside just in case Geordie comes back at him.
So nice move there from Revo. He'll take second. Geordie slotting into third. Sphinx 1.2 seconds behind, so Geordie's got a pretty safe place there. I don't think bar a
Camp
mistake.
is looking for a major now.
He's within that 5 second mark, so that's 5 tenths rather. Combat is this race. This is race 1. We haven't had race 2. That'll come straight after. Revo, another 3 second time penalty. So Geordie, just on clean driving alone, he's going to take this.
Revo could drop down to 5th because of penalties, or even 6th.
So on board with the Red Bull of Bandcamp, who's currently trying to chase down Major Payne in the McLaren. Just listen to that engine. Working its way through all the gears now. On the brakes. Band in a really prime spot now to make this overtake maneuver. On the back straight, he just has to make sure he doesn't break traction. Decent hairpin. Will he be able to catch? That McLaren got a much better exit. Oh, You can hear the engine completely redlining there. Wow, that McLaren had the legs.
McLaren is fast and straight line than Red Bull. The only chance Ben has is Sector 3 and part of Sector 1.
Let's jump back with Wahid, who is
Jacobs
still...
closes it. It's 5 cars for a 7th.
They've only got about a lap and a half to do it as Wahid goes a little bit wide there through the start of Sector 3.
It's going to be interesting if one of them gets desperate and makes a dive at the hairpin.
Ooh, Revo with the fastest lap, 138.3. T-Mac picking up a 3 seconds on penalty there. Ooh, here we go. Bandcamp getting closer and closer to Major Payne. He's making all the progress through these corners. It's now down to .2. Now this is the last lap that he can try to make a move, but unfortunately that McLaren is going to absolutely rocket off that hairpin. Oh, Jesus! Gets a little bit caught up there, but managed to catch the car. And that's that opportunity over. Major Payne is going to absolutely scream away with this.
He needs to hope for a good exit out of the chicane to get him.
Yeah, definitely going to have to try and make the most out of these corners. You can see a little bit of a lock-up, so he's pushing hard. Just going to try and catch the car. Oh, he gets a little bit of a drift again. But great driving to keep it in a straight line. This is not where you want to bin it, Band.
That just shows how much he's been pushing the tyres.
Have a look at Jacob Meister making a move on Big Al. He finally caught him. Oh, a little bit of contact there, but Big Al makes it. Have a look at Smitty, who took advantage of that tiny window of chaos and got himself up. So Big Al's lost 2 positions there. Wahid, the one that's going to be left behind as Seb crosses the line and takes the first win here of race 1 in Abu Dhabi.
Let's see how far Revo gets shoved down.
So Revo crosses the line while setting the fastest lap. He's down to 3rd. Sphinx crosses the line in 4th. So Revo will take 3rd. And Geordie will take 2nd. Great drive. Great clean drive from Geordie.
Dan jumps Major because of pens.
Yep. He takes 5th. Major in 6th. Nut in 7th. Smitty with a great drive. Just at the end there puts himself in 8th. But Big Al manages to jump Jacob due to penalties. Wahid crosses the line in 11th. As combined is 19 seconds behind, so he'll no amount of penalties is going to get him up there.
Lotus has gone unlucky again.
Yes,
started pole,
punted the Ferrari into the wall out of frustration. All right, so combined finishes 12th. Lotus will come across the line here in 13th. Gus Rules in the Ferrari.
And Matt,
final corner.
Matt and T-Mac were going out at the Sector 3.
Ooh! Oh, Gus Rules getting a little bit of Tokyo Drift there. Okay, so that is the end of race 1, and what a race, triggering both one safety car on lap 1, not even the 4th turn, and then the VSC.
I wasn't expecting the safety cars to be 2. I was expecting the first one.
I was expecting a safety car, but not like
maxed
at
out
the straight. You know what I mean? Like not straight up. It's like, oh, and they're off. Boom. Like that. I wasn't expect that. But that's okay. So Seb will take the win. Great job. Oh, and maybe this is where Seb lives in the 25% because he didn't DC.
Yeah, he was having issues in practice lobbies.
Yeah, that's right. In practice lobbies, he was dropping out like every which way. But apparently, when it comes to the actual event, he managed to hold it. Now, Seb had 10 seconds of penalties. But that just shows you how far ahead that he was. So a great drive from him in the Red Bull. Geordie taking 2nd for keeping his nose clean. Revo with a great drive, but unfortunately 6 seconds of penalties drops him down into 3rd. Sphinx will take 4th. Bandcamp in 5th. Major Payne in 6th. Nut takes 7th. 8th from Smitty with a great drive there right at the end, managing to get that overtake on Big Al. Big Al will stay 9th because Jacob Meister, of course, with penalties, drops down to 10th. Okay, so that's race 1 done. Now we're moving into race 2. Now, of course, the result grid is reversed. I know we had a couple of issues with that setup originally. But hopefully that'll be fixed. Because when we set it to reverse grid, it did it in reverse performance order.
Yes.
Oh, custom grid. That'll do it.
Yeah, it's going to be custom because reversed order is car performance.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work fine. So
we're going to see Seb at the back now. Let's see if he can climb his way.
That's right. Okay, so that'll mean that...
Ali takes
That's
pole.
right. Ali will take pole. He was the first to crash out. Oh.
Going to see Revo at the back as well. See if he doesn't want another fantastic drive to podium.
Okay, so Seb will start at the back. Revo's probably going to make absolute mincemeat starting in. He'll probably manage to make his way through the grid fairly quickly. This will also give this first race has also given these drivers a much better understanding of the cars too as they degrade through time. So we're probably going to see a much more disciplined race too. I say that I'm probably wrong, but we might see a more disciplined race too.
It was interesting that because about 7 of the drivers in the top 10 all did the practice lobbies for these cars, and 3 of them just figured it out after formation lap.
No, there was I think 2 practice sessions.
There
Maybe
was
just the one. 2 practice.
There was 1 practice race and a practice lobby for an hour.
Yeah. How long until race 2? Probably like I don't know, a minute and a half. However long it takes for band to do the grid, they're going to start straight after. Also, for those of you who are wondering why there's so much chat activity, half of these idiots are mates of mine who are supporting me, which is awesome. And also, for those of you who don't know, Kunai story time is an inside joke because I talk a lot.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. Huh?
Oh, no. You have to understand, Kunai story time is the crutch and the scapegoat of which all of our losses in any combined game falls to. We lose at Rocket League, Kunai story time. They're not wrong. Like, they're not wrong. Sometimes it does drag them down, but it's also a weapon. Oh man, I'll tell you what though, I'm really keen for more of this 2010 series, but I want to see Monza, I want to see Monaco. That's going to be hilarious.
Monaco will be.
I want to see Baku, Salem Baku. I want to see Hungary because I reckon Hungary in these cars is going to be awesome.
What about China in these cars might be interesting as well.
China, yeah, because you'll have...
You have to combine it.
The middle section's going to be dominant for the Red Bull, but then that massively long straight, man, the McLaren's going to absolutely... Pull a piece of carpet, Kuna's going to tell a story. Back in 19-diggity-2, we had to say the word diggity because the Germans stole our number 20.
True.
Seriously, Simpsons. Whew. Oh man, I said it was going to be like a minute and a half, and Ben's made me a liar.
It's
Typical Ben. Demonetized. Yeah, probably. Sorry. Germans. Actually, that'd be a hilarious test. Just use one keyword in every single stream and see which ones get hit.
True.
But like, make it blatantly obvious at the start of the stream. So like, instead of me being like, "Welcome guys to another AFR," just coronavirus. And welcome. Oh, here we go. Okay, so session is starting. So the grid has been set, and we have 17 drivers now. So who's given up?
Pacey left.
And who else was at the back there?
I actually can't remember. What'll be interesting is next race Brazil.
Yes, Sao Paulo. Oh, yes.
Because I'm pretty sure McLaren's gonna have a hard time in the corners.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. in before is that
or
Timo
it's-
Glock reference.
Or it's Ferrari that's going to have a hard time. I can't remember. One
Is
of them
that
will.
Timo Glock? What a race that was. Can you imagine being Ferrari in that situation? Yes, we won the championship. No, Lewis Hamilton's just like, about that. About that.
Wouldn't even laugh more if they weren't watching the monitor. And they go, like, they post, like, we won. Just get Hamilton.
Well, that was...
Hey, no.
social media wasn't massively big then, so it wasn't... that would have been weird. Congratulations to Hamilton crosses the line. Okay, so... now, of course, they'll have their formation lap. As they do, that'll be the chance to get some heat in those tyres and brakes to make them basically work. So Ali in front, Matzoid behind, T-Mac in third, all the way down to Seb there in 17th. Warm up those digital tyres. Yes, you'd be surprised how much difference it makes.
It makes a lot of difference in these cars off the line. If you don't have warm tyres with these cars off the line, you're not getting the best start.
No, definitely not. And that's true of pretty much any series of car. Jeez.
Basically, what happened to Lotus last race will happen to you with no temp.
I don't know if you saw the absolute gargantuan cloud of smoke that came off Matzoid's front tyres then. Jesus. He was going so left and right, and then he's like, oh, got to pull up. And just like absolutely locked up those fronts.
Drifted around the corner.
I have to admit, Wahid's name is perfect for exactly that. If he's making a move, it's so easy to extend because of the vowels. We're listening to Angry Bees Baz to raise awareness because obviously bees are in decline. I'm not a scientist, but I think the coronavirus has affected them as well. So, shout out to bees.
This will be interesting start. It's a front row Red Bull and second row Ferrari.
So it'll all come down to how well Ali can launch.
I'm pretty sure every single McLaren is at the back of the grid.
Revo.
There's one in like fourth row.
Yep. That's a decent mix. Alright, let's have a look at so Ali waiting for some. I don't know why it does that. So first always has the camera spin. Sorry, we'll start off on second. So we'll see how well these guys can launch. As we see the 5 red lights count down. Why are they all pointed at the wall? Doesn't matter. Okay, so the lights go off. And Ali with a fairly poor start. Matzoid getting a much bigger advantage as they come through the first turn. And everyone's keeping clean. Oh, there's a Red Bull stuck in the middle there. Looks like Big Al.
Geordie and Riva had a accident at the back. Geordie and Riva got spun.
Yep, so Geordie gets hit. So it's Revo. They're all the way back down. Let's jump up. Top of the grid here. So here's Lotus looking to make a move on Gus Rules. Awfully close already. Off the bat. Which way is he going to go? Left. Oh, he's got to be careful of those tyres. Doesn't want to get damage off the first lap. So now it's all going to come down to this. Makes it pretty well. Oh, that's a massive turn in. That's going to put Lotus off the track. Wahid's probably going to capitalize as well. Oh, massive crash. Oh, hold on a minute. Lotus got out of that completely scot-free. What was that? Car? What was that? He didn't even get damage.
No safety car VSC for that.
Wow, he didn't even get damage. That's lucky as hell.
At least we got through lap 1 without no safety car.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then they're still coming through sector 3.
I talked too soon.
Matzoid coming in the lead there.
Oh, someone's off at the back.
So Sphinx looks like he's had a bit of an off.
Revo had his off, but he's already made it up to 11.
Yeah, because that's Revo. That's how Revo works. He just puts his foot down. Absolutely nails it. So let's have a look. Here's combined.
2 people in the pits.
Oh, sorry, I'm on board with 3 people in the pits. Man, there's massive damage that's happened there. Smitty trying to catch up. Jacob Meister here for 5th place.
No. I was going to say, Nut has got unlucky in a minute. The thing with this, no one knows who's in the same pit box as well.
That's right. That's true.
I would have laughed if Nut got screwed over by Gus or Sphinx.
Major Payne's looking to make a move here. Oh, actually, all these timings are broken. It's broken. It's broken.
Revo almost got overtaken by Big Al.
Yeah, so there's Seb with a minute 43 behind. Revo's also a minute 42 behind. Oh boy. Oh, here we go, side by side. Who's this?
Smitty and Jacob.
It's like Smitty and Jacob, yeah. Jacob's not going to like that. He'll try and make a move as soon as possible.
Well, he is right up the back of the valley. So is combined.
Shifting down to maintain traction as Matzo sets another fastest lap, 140.051. Hopefully all the timings will get fixed as they cross the line. Yes, they do. Perfect. So Revo 0.4 behind Major Payne. Seb 0.2 behind him.
As we see again, a Red Bull at the front running away with it.
So Revo's trying to make a move with Major Payne, and he does. Gets it done near the end of Sector 1.
Now he's chasing the band.
2.2 seconds away with that. Seb looks to make a move on the inside of the hairpin. It's a little bit too tight for him to do that, though, so he'll have to fall back. But I'm sure that Red Bull will probably catch up. Oh, maybe not. No, sorry, it's McLaren in front. So Wahid makes a move at the front there. Overtaking Ali. Seb maintaining this gap between himself and Major Payne. Probably managed to catch him through a couple of these corners. The end of Sector 3. Let's have a look. Ooh, a little bit of tap. Oh, Major Payne! Ooh, losing a bit of traction there. Probably due to the love tap that Seb gave him. But he's managed to keep it on the straight and narrow. Can Seb make a move here? Oh, and he does. He goes for the inside. Coming on that last corner. Didn't quite finalise it. Major Payne on the left. As Revo sets a fastest lap, 139.7. And you can see Seb fighting for all the traction.
Down inside.
Trying to fight for all the traction possible as Major Payne gets a little bit slippery on that curb.
Oh, who was that? Geordie went wide.
Oh, there's the late break. Oh, there's a spin! There's a spin!
And Big Al's got damage.
Big Al got caught up in all of it. So Big Al managed to hit Major Payne. That spun out both cars. And that's allowed Geordie and T-Mac to make some positions.
Al Vivo's looking on the back of Band for overtake.
Let's see if we can go to a replay of that. Alright, so you can see we're on board with Seb at the moment, just trying to make the move. So he's looking to make the move up on the inside. Decides to go late brake zone hard. Makes that move well, but then Big Al hits the back. And they both spin off, bang, into the wall. Oh, crazy times. Unfortunate for both drivers. So Big Al now in 14th due to all that. Let's jump up to Smitty in 5th place. Very, very close to Ali to make a move. Now he'll have the speed advantage on the straights. Again, the McLaren. And Ali himself trying to catch Combine in 3rd. It's only lap 5 of 14.
This is quite a big train to behind Combine.
All the gaps are within that 1 second. It is very, very close.
Big L 5 second for pit lane speed.
That's hard to do in these cars. I'll be honest. Because they rocket so quick. Like, trying to catch him. Oh, Ali gets a little bit of a poor exit. This might be a chance that Smitty needs to catch up. You can see how much speed he's actually gaining. Let's have a look. He'll have to go to the left. Ali will want to keep that outside line. No, Ali decides to go up on the inside. Hard on the brakes. Oh, that's another spin! No! Ali gets caught up again. So Ali caught
Ban
up
has
on...
a run on Ban.
Oh, so there's Revo again. Let's have a look here. Up on the outside of Bandcamp. Ben looking to defend the inside, but it's not going to work. And Revo will make his way in front, up into 6th place. Oh, so unlucky for Major. Whoa, Jesus!
Lotus loses on the curb again.
Jesus!
This shows how bad the curbs are in these cars.
Lotus suddenly realizing he's driving a kite. Jesus, what a massive swerve for that. Woo. All right, so now that we've all set us, so Wahid picking up a 3-second time penalty at the back. Or at the front, rather. Sorry, he's 2nd. So he's pushing it all the way up there as Revo now tries to close down the gap between himself and Jacob Meister.
Revo goes fastest again.
Lotus getting caught up by Bandcamp fairly quickly. Both in the same chassis. Oh, we got a VSC. Smitty is out of the race.
Where was that? That is on pit straight. He might have hit the wall. He either lost it by himself or he got pushed into the wall.
Oh, his car's just disappeared there, but it is on the straight, so if I had to guess, I'd say traction loss into the wall. There's not a lot of there's no runoff, rather. There's 0 runoff on the straight. So unfortunate for Smitty. That'll be the first DNF of the 2nd race in lap 6. At least we made it 6 laps.
Revo's used this VSC to his advantage. He's 0.5 behind Jake. He was a 2nd away before.
With a safety car in the 2010 series, do you still have a Delta?
Yes.
So, okay, so there's still a Delta. So, oh wow, he's made up time with the Delta. See, this just goes to show how much practice Revo puts in. Because he's the type of, like, okay, when the Delta comes up, I'm just like, right, whatever, I'll drive in, like, half revs. Whereas I bet you that Revo's done the practice, knows exactly how fast he can go to keep that Delta at 0.
No, what Revo does is, it's the same as most people in Tier 1. We all slow down for, like, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then speed up.
Yeah. That's what they do in... But in actual F1, they have microsectors, and you can manipulate the microsector times by doing that. Well, that's the VSC gone. While we were talking, Revo is on the attack straight away. You make a bet, he'll go up on the inside. No, okay. Takes a safer bet.
Takes a lot of curb with it.
I would have lost my money there. Here he goes. He tries to go up on the inside. Can he get the better take? He does. And he's definitely going to get better line speed. However, Jacob Meister is going to be right behind him. If he's smart, he'll try and pull behind to get a bit of a toe. Jeez, Revo was away.
Yeah, that would be set up.
Definitely using a lower downforce setup with Revo. Oh, lock up there from Revo. Oh, Jacob getting a little bit loose there as well. Lotus is looking to make a move. Oh, no. He has to play it safe, Dave.
Seb is behind him, waiting for a mistake.
Seb gets caught up in that 3-second time penalty going over the chicane. So Lotus trying to capitalize on the... Oh! Oh, massive brake zone there. Lucky to avoid contact. Let's jump back one more. So now we've got a 3-car Red Bull train. As they make their way to the end of Sector 3, Seb is going to try and pounce on any mistake Lotus makes. And maybe the battle between Lotus and Bandcamp will allow him to do so. Oh! Toss and he catches it! Woo! And he manages to catch that.
Sphinx is spun out the chicane.
Yep, he gets dropped down. Seb takes the wide option. Looks like he got a little bit unsettled trying to catch that car.
Revo under a second to combine now.
So he'll be looking to capitalise on all of the time he can make up there. Not a great camera angle, I'll be honest, game. But anyway, we'll make it work. So Seb now trying to catch up after that slight mistake.
He slowly gains, but it's not quick enough.
Ooh, man, he took a very, very sharp line through that. That's probably what's causing him to get so many of those corner cuts. Abu Dhabi's weird because you have these little bollards on essentially every track, and that's usually a good indicator. You see that bollard there, that green one on the left? That's a good indicator to be like, yep, that's where it's safe. But in Abu Dhabi, those are so far behind the actual cutoff line. So you think you're going okay, you don't even touch it, you get so close and it's just like, track error. As Revo sets a fastest lap, 1:39.3.
It's weird. It's weird in its own way. That's why he pulls in the pits for a wing change.
Jumping up one car is Lotus. Getting closer and closer to Bandcamp here through the sectors. Gus Rawls picking up a 3-second time penalty.
I think Revo has a run on combined. Yep. Revo's got
on the outside. The inside rather, the next turn.
Combined just
let him past.
Yeah, combined wasn't fighting that.
Doesn't want to fight that. He does not want to fight that. So Revo's now in second. Now here's a question for you. Can Revo make up 7.6 seconds in 5 laps?
He could. I don't think he can. He didn't. He couldn't do it with Seb, which was 10 seconds.
Yeah. Revo is fast, but I don't think he's that fast.
You never know. It's a different driver that's in first.
Oh, we got a sector 2 yellow flag. It looks like Seb's had an off. He's recovering there. T-Mac awfully close. But probably on the back foot. Ferrari not the best of the three. Another sector 2, sector 3, and that's Wahid. He's off. And that's a finisher.
VSC.
We got a VSC. Oh, okay, so
yeah,
Wahid
he lost it into the wall.
Alright, so that's 2 DNFs.
As Seb hits, yeah, Seb's got wing damage. This is gonna hurt Seb.
So let's see. Seb is 10th. He'll go into the pits.
Still extra before Nut comes, so because of VSC.
Oh, massive 33-second gap. Yeah. So again, we'll jump up a couple of positions there. So Lotus under VSC. Oh no, it's gone. So Lotus is trying to catch Bandcamp. Bandcamp trying to break the toe with the serpentine movements. But Lotus is all over the back of that car. He'll be looking to go up on the outside. Will he win the braking zone? He does. That's a great move. Bandcamp having to pull up real quick to avoid a collision there. So Lotus will make 5th place. Great move by Lotus.
This is all the battle that we got so far.
Pretty much. The only other close one would be Major Bane at the back there, who's coming up to the back of Nut. We'll see if he can make a move. I'll keep an eye on that time. We've got to get another sector. Yellow flag, sorry.
Don't know who that is. No one spun.
Wasn't a massive spin off. I didn't see any position changes. So 4 laps left in this race.
No, it was just Big Al playing that through. And I think Big Al's going to try and fastest lap. Levi is chipping at that time. It's down to 5.9. It was a 7.3 to start with.
It would be quite hilarious if he made that. If he if he could close that gap.
He has to hope that Matt Zoid has penalties as well as him.
So all the while, Bandcamp is trying to make back the position he lost to Lotus.
Big Al hit the wall in sector 1.
So he's now retired. That's 3 DNFs.
He would have just gone wide and bounced the car, which unsettles it. And that's right after a pit as well.
So jumping back quickly with Major Payne. He's trying to chase down McLaren in front. Revo picking up a 3-second time penalty. Well, that's made it all disappear.
Now, let me just check. Hence, Revo has 1 penalty. So does Matt Zoid. So they're even.
Oh, so they're even. Okay, fair enough. Well, Revo could still bring this back.
So next, if one of them gets a pen, it's over. But the pace Revo's going, he might catch Matt Zoid at the end of lap 13.
Well, he started off, it was what, lap 10? He started off with 7 seconds.
Yeah.
It's lap 12, it's down to 3.3. If he keeps up that pace, there's a good chance. There's a good chance he catches, maybe not overtake, but he'll be right up the back.
The thing is, I don't know how his tyres are as well.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll find out. Keep a close eye on there. We've got a Sector 1 yellow flag. Someone is off the track. It is T-Mac.
T-Mac's having a terrible day.
He's not having a great day. As Seb sets the fastest lap, 1:38.4.
Revo's not going to be happy about that one. But that is fresh tyres compared to the old ones.
Let's jump up a little bit. Is Bandcamp. Oh, hold on a minute. I may have done that too soon. Major Payne all over the back of nut here. Can he make a move? Through the first chicane, now into the hairpin. Oh, he decides to stay farther away. Who's going to get the best exit? Looks like Nut. Major Payne had a little bit of traction there.
Looks like Major has
the heaviest setup.
They're both at 307. They're not going to do anything.
Oh, but Nut goes way wide into that first corner. That's gonna allow Major Payne to catch up quite quickly. Let's see if he can go up on the inside to the second chicane. He's trying to get as much toe as possible. Is it going to work? Oh, no.
A lot of cars, though.
Nut keeps it. Oh, massive drift there from Major Payne, but he catches it.
Band is keeping his gap to Lotus quite well.
Yeah, it hasn't reduced at all, but it is keeping steady. So it's around that 5, 6, 10th mark. I don't know if he's trying to bide his
Sphinx
time.
had another off.
Yeah, down at the back there, you can see it. Oh, just at the start of Sector 3.
Yeah, Revo's going to catch Matt Zoid. It's down to 1.8.
So we are lap 13. We are close to the end of this race as we have yet another yellow flag, but it doesn't look like any major. Nope, someone's out there. It's Sphinx. So, Major Payne had the opportunity, but he couldn't quite make it work, and now it's penalised him pretty hard, back down to 6/10. It's going to be hard to climb up, especially when these cars max out at the same speed. Bandcamp makes the move on Lotus. He's now 5th. But the question will be...
Revo on that Zoids.
Wow, he caught up. He caught up. He caught up.
He's got 2 straights to get past.
Alright, so here we go.
And he has the speed. Because by the looks of it, he's using the maximum top speed he can get.
And he sets the fastest lap with a 1:38.4. So it is now the final
That's
lap.
what shit himself.
It is now the final lap. Oh, no. Alright, that's our fault. That's totally commentator's curse. Ooh. Oh, reset the track.
Combined
Saw that.
Combine almost had him if Revo wasn't.
Oh, I feel bad, but I don't.
It makes him more entertaining because it's combined on Revo now. Let's see if Combine can get past him.
No, you kidding? In the Ferrari? Not happening.
You never know.
Sorry to any Ferrari fans out there.
Combine almost got past. Revo just spun it on the corner apex so Combine can get past.
That's so devastating. Revo did such a drive to get himself right behind Matoid, and then it's just like hits the curb, slides out.
We gave him commentator's curse on that one.
Alright, so back down with Major Payne. He's only got 1 lap to make this move work. He is covering well, down to 2/10. But he's got to catch him on this straight. Nut seems to have a better exit speed. Oh, Major Payne did that really well, actually. This might be what he needs. Will the toe... Yep, you can see that. Okay, so Nut now has to make a defensive decision. He's going to stay in the middle of the track.
No, they've revved out. Again.
Oh, no.
Major has to make a choice if he wants to go for the dive or not now.
Every time he gets so close, the car betrays him. It hits that red line and it just
McLaren is the fastest car to get its top speed out of all of them.
Alright, so Matoid crosses the line and wins the second race. Great drive from him. Combined in second, Jacob Meister in third, Revo all the way down to fourth.
That was penalties.
Yeah, that's with penalties, yeah. Bandcamp hits fifth, Geordie in sixth, Lotus will take seventh.
Band almost got Revo if he pushed a little bit more.
Oh no! And there goes Major Payne. Oh, trying to make a move. Oh, not there. Hit the curb too hard. Put the gas on too early. And Beybladed his way right into the wall.
And Seb goes, I think he has a puncher.
No. What a massive line. He's got absolutely no control now. Absolutely no turning. And Major Payne with a 5-second time penalty for unserved. Okay, fair enough. Well, he'll stay 12th. As Gus Rules makes his way around the penultimate corner.
I kind of feel bad for Revo.
I do and I don't, because I have to say I don't, because I don't want to admit
I
don't want to admit it's my fault. Because he was going so well. We spectate him as Sphinx decides to do his... Yeah, do it. Celebrate. You came last, but it's all right. Do it, Sphinx. You deserve it. Oh, my God.
That was a great race.
That was a great race. I love this series. This is my new favourite series.
Been one race and it's the greatest series already.
Well, the 100% series was really good because once the fatigue hit, people just started losing so much care.
Yeah, you can tell with me, it hit me in USA.
Oh, USA was great though. So many battles. So many battles. But anyway, congratulations to Matt Zoid. Great drive from you, sir. You will take the win here. So 25 points goes to you for the second race. And that's a pretty decent wrap-up for Abu Dhabi. And yes, Brazil is next, so that will be that'll be interesting to watch actually in these cars. Interesting.
Well, you're gonna have fun because you're racing next week.
I'm racing it. Ah, damn it. Yep, I am. No, that's right. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Well, again, congratulations to Matt Zoid. Great drive, puts you in first. Combined taking second. Jacob Meister third on the podium. Revo, unfortunate, but down to fourth due to penalties. Bandcamp takes fifth, not bad. Geordie in sixth. Lotus in seventh. Ali in eighth. Seb takes up ninth position. And Nut holds his own and takes 10th. Alright, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that at home. I know that we have. I've been Kuno Zero. This has been Apollo Pepsi. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.
See you guys.